Hey everybody, you're listening to WVA Stonewall Jackson. WVA Stonewall Jackson. Got a few articles here on Infowars.com, and if I have enough time, I'll read you some from the TrudgeReport.com. As you can tell, the name of this episode is the Daily Newz. Former Bill mistress Hillary beat baby inside womb, threatened to abort if born disabled. U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton once attempted to harm the baby inside her womb, and then promised she would abort it if it were born disfigured. An excerpt from former Bill Clinton mistress Sally Miller's book claims, posted to Facebook Saturday from her recent tell-all book, The Beauty Queen, Let No Deed Go Unpublished. The former Miss Arkansas reveals the time former President Bill Clinton described a Hillary rampage in which she beat her pregnant belly with closed fists. The most sobering remarks ever shared by Bill Clinton came after I told him about visiting Easter Seal the day before to sing songs with a group of children with disabilities. More serious than I had ever seen him, Bill repeated a frightening promise Hillary made during her pregnancy. The passage reads, he described Hillary being viciously angry, doubling both her fists, beating on her stomach and yelling, if this thing inside me is a brainless Mongoloid or a thalidomide freak, or has any other deformity, you can be sure I'll have the retard killed. I will not let some piece of a pathetic, dribbling... Sorry, people, I'm censoring it because me and myself, I don't like cussing. Dribbling ruined my life. Is that clear? The excerpts state. The former beauty queen also wrote she's tired of everyone ignoring the truth about Bill and Hillary Clinton. I'm disgusted that some of you on Facebook refuse to learn the truth. To unplug your ears, correct your vision, and get real. So stay dumb and ignorant and never think for yourself. P.S. Miller adds, Hillary Clinton, your worst nightmare for a woman, a wife, a mother, a leader, or a president. In a shock post earlier this year, Miller admitted she was worried the Clintons may attempt to assassinate her due to the subject matter covered in her book. In this election year, if you read, I died by committing suicide, don't believe it, Miller told friends via Facebook post. If y'all have any ideas or future episodes what I should talk about, or if you have any questions, you can send me a message and everything. Let's see here, I think I got a comment here. Hey Alex, thanks for listening and everything. I'm glad somebody is listening and everything. Let's see here, I'm finding another article to read here. Here's an article here. Let's see here. Talking about exclusive. Hillary's plan to frame Trump leaked. Well, here's one. It says how Trump's graphic sex talk audio will help him in a second debate. It says Rob Dew breaks down how the latest leaked audio Trump's locker room talk will likely benefit him at the upcoming debate. Meanwhile, exposing Bill Clinton as a sexual predator has gone viral. How has your day been, Alex? Mine's been okay and everything. Went to Walmart and got me a flash drive for my laptop and everything. That way I can store all my stuff on this flash drive instead of using all my memory up. Let's see here. Let me go here on Drudge right here. If I can get this to pop up. Here's an article from Twitter here on Drudge, if I can get it to pop up. Here's a good article here. It says, Border Cops, U.S. Election Drive a New Immigration Crisis. It says the new surge of illegal immigration at the southern border has been driven by the U.S. election and the related debate over whether to ease or tighten immigration laws. According to representatives of border agents and border staff sheriffs, the last few months have seen a dramatic rise in apprehensions of illegal immigrants on a scale that rivals 2014, when members of both parties agreed it became a humanitarian crisis. That crisis abated in 2015, but the numbers have spiked again, and federal officials have mostly been silent on why. According to border officials, the election is a major factor. They say Donald Trump's threat to build a wall and shut down all illegal immigration is creating an incentive for people to make it to the U.S. before Trump takes over. But they also say the possibility of Hillary Clinton winning creates its own incentive, since many perceive or hope that she might create an amnesty program for illegal immigrants and hope to be in the U.S. already when that happens. Stay abreast of the latest developments from National's Capital and beyond with curated news alerts from the Washington Examiner news desk and delivered to your inbox. It says, as a result, there's a reason to try to get into the U.S. In the next few months, regardless of who wins, according to the National Border Patrol Council, which represents about 18,000 border agents, we are experiencing a new surge of illegal immigration along the southern border. The National Border Patrol Council said Friday this is not unexpected, since when there is talk of easing enforcement or tightening enforcement, illegal immigration increases. The council noted that immigration has been a major issue in 2016 elections, which creates an unclear picture of the future of immigration policy. This uncertainty causes individuals to risk the dangerous journey so they can be in the U.S. before any changes are made, it said. Sheriffs based in Arizona agreed with that assessment and said it comports with what they hear directly from border agents. Sheriff Leon Wilmont of the Yuma County Sheriff's Office told the Washington Examiner that illegal immigrants are still not facing any real penalties for crossing over to the United States, which is making the problem worse. Apprehensions here are up considerably because of this belief that they will not be deported and will be allowed on public assistance and will not be deported, he said, with no repercussions or consequence. They are rushing here to beat the elections. Federal statistics back up the idea that illegal immigrants are surging at the border once more. Total apprehensions of illegal immigrants at the southwestern U.S. border will likely exceed 400,000 for the fiscal year. Data for the last month of the fiscal year will be out any day now. That's lower than the 479,000 seen in FY 2014, but well above the 331,000 seen in FY 2015. The number of unaccompanied alien children caught at the border will likely exceed 60,000 in FY 2016, a 50% increase from the year before. The data shows that a surge of illegal immigrants over just the last few months is driving the total numbers higher for 2016. A sign that the election is having an influence, total apprehensions in August of this year far exceeded total apprehensions in 2014, the crisis year. Similarly, apprehensions of unaccompanied alien children in August were nearly 90% higher than they were in August 2014. These UAC apprehensions are also expected to be higher in September than they were 2 years earlier. Whoever wins the election, Sheriff Mark Daniels of Cochise County, Arizona, told the Examiner that local law enforcement will need to be in any plans to help control the situation at the border, he said today. The cost of enforcement efforts are falling on local authorities, and that means local authorities need to be included to help improve outcomes. Local sheriffs and police chiefs have stepped up over time to address these failures in hopes of bringing a relief to those in harm's way, he said. Unfortunately, these costs have placed a huge burden to local governments. Local law enforcement is the key to problem solving and community policing, and to truly address border security, we need to be at the solution table, he said. Now that's that article. I thank everybody who's listening, especially Alex and everything. Um, See if I have enough time to talk about something else real quick. If I have enough time, I'll read this other article. It says Podesta emails show excerpts from Clinton's speeches to Goldman. It says potentially problematic excerpts from Hillary Clinton's paid Wall Street speeches were flagged for a campaign in an email that was sent to Chairman John Podesta and other senior staff this past January. The email was released Friday by WikiLeaks, part of the batch of what it says were 2,060 emails hacked from an account belonging to the Podesta. The Clinton campaign has not confirmed the authenticity of the emails. Team attached are the flags from HRC's paid speeches. We have from HWA. I put some highlights below. There's a lot of policy positions that we should give an extra scrub with policy, a staffer wrote on January 25, 2016. It says play video SBSN. It says Politico playbook on CBSN presidential debate preview. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are preparing for their town hall style presidential debate in St. Louis on Sunday. Politico's Jake Sherman Day. Henry Walker Agency is the Speaker's bureau that arranged Clinton's lucrative speech circuit after she left the State Department, which included $3 million from speeches to banks and financial firms. $675,000 came from 3 speeches from Goldman Sachs. The 25 flagged excerpts likely point to why Clinton and her campaign have refused to release the transcripts despite coming under fire from Senator Bernie Sanders during the primary. Less than 2 weeks after the email was sent on February 4th, Clinton was asked during the debate whether she would release the transcripts of all her paid speeches, and she said, "I will look into it. I don't know the status, but I will certainly look into it." When asked again on April 4th debate, Clinton said she would release them as Sanders and Donald Trump released their tax returns. Let's set the same standard for everybody, Clinton said. When everybody does it, okay, I will do it. But let's set and expect the same standard on tax returns. The first flagged email is headed Clinton's admits she is out of touch in February 4th, 2014 speech to what was referred to the Goldman Black Rock, Clinton said, and I am not taking a position on any policy, but I do think there is a growing sense of anxiety and even anger in the country over the feeling that the game is rigged. We had our little, one family house, he saved up his money and didn't believe in mortgages, so I lived that. Now, obviously, I'm kind of far removed because the life I've lived and the economic, fortunes that my husband and I now enjoy, but I haven't forgotten it. That's all I have time to read. Maybe later I can read more on this. Thank y'all for listening.